Didn't even miss a beat from punching the tether ball. Just said, yup.
Oh.
And that was, oh, it's cold in here. Oh, it's on 64.
That would explain it.
People do not understand. Do they not, like, have apartments or homes in real life? Like, 60 and 80 are not appropriate temperatures on the thermostat. Like, between 67 and 72, maybe that's okay. When it's on 85, and everyone's like, it's a little warm in here. It's like, I wonder why.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Well, obviously, like, I talked to Jess a little bit ago. Like, I didn't know if I was a target this week or what. Like,
Right.
I didn't think I was, obviously, just because, even though we don't have a group, I still...
Sure.
I personally want us four to be in the final four because we are the good people in the house, you know. When I talked to Jess earlier, me and her never got to talk about the whole Dustin thing, and I just wanted her to know, like, I'm not mad at all. I don't hold grudges. I'm not going to come after people like, oh, because you, whatever. You know, everyone did what they had to do for their best interest, and by telling me about Dustin would have ruined everything. I would have cried. I would have got upset. Dustin would have found out. You know, it would have been a lot more tension, awkwardness towards the end than need be. So, like, I totally understand, and I just told her I wasn't mad about that, and I just asked her, like, if I was a target this week, and she's like, no, you weren't. And she's like, you know, I just said, I personally, like, want good people to win this show, and I don't want to, you know, have to give my vote to someone like Dick, Danielle, Zach in the end of this, and as opposed to you, Jess, or Jamaica, you know, or myself, obviously. Sure. I wouldn't be mad if it was one of you guys in the end. You know, I'd be more than happy to throw my vote that way as opposed to someone like them. And I just said, you know, I know the group's kind of like, it seems like it's done, but I still consider us a group, and I don't know why I was put up this week, but I'm not mad about it. I told her I'm not going to hold a grudge. And I asked her, like, what was the goal? And she's like, well, she wanted to put Dick and Danielle up, you know, to begin with. And then but then what happened 2 weeks ago, you know, she just didn't want that to happen again. And then, you know, it was, or Zach, any of the three would be fine. But, like, I don't know, like, what you plan on doing with the veto. I would think you probably weren't going to use it. I don't know, like, where you stand with that. I don't know, like, obviously I don't want to be on the block, but I don't want you to have to feel obligated to take me off, or me even to ask you to do that, because it puts you in a bad spot too. Then people think, like, oh, why, you know, he take Amber off. I just don't know, like, I just don't want to go home yet. And, like, it's just scary because, like, I don't know what Dick and Danielle are capable of, and, like, I don't want them, like, trying to, you know, like, say things to you and Jessica to try to get you guys to, like, you know, Jessica said if there was a tie, she'd break the tie and she'd keep me here. But at the same time, like, I don't want to risk, like, you know, it's just scary. I know I have, like, Jamaica's vote, and I know I have your vote too, I would think, you know what I mean, over Zach. But at the same time, like, everyone says nobody wants to be sitting next to me in the final two, so I feel like I'm kind of a threat in terms of that. So I don't know, like, I don't know where I stand, like, I don't know, you know, what do you think, how, like, should I be nervous, or, you know?
Well, the way I see it is, from this point on, I think all seven of us should be nervous at all times.
Yeah.
Only the one person who's lucky enough to be in charge is the only person I think who shouldn't be. As you well know, as was the situation with Kale, you know that from a strategic standpoint, everyone in a back-ass way is going to hold it in Jamaica's favor that she can't compete in HOH competitions. So nobody, whether they're friends with her, allies with her, or enemies with her, care to see her go, because what is the advantage of seeing her go right now? She can't come back at someone if they go after her right now. Now, do I agree with that, or do I like that point of view? No, but, you know, that's the way that people are going to strategically break it down. They're going to say, well, you know, Jamaica can't come after me, so I can nominate her. Or she can stay here because, well, she won't get to compete next week anyway, so she's not a threat to me. You know, whatever the case may be, people are going to look at it that way. It's kind of an interesting backwards thing, because you think by taking yourself out of, like, a power position that hurts you, but in this way it actually helps you, I believe. And I know my inclination was that although Jen must have always been the target last week or whatever, that if by some, let's say Jen competed and won the veto or whatever, I don't know if I would have gone up or if they would have just gone after you, you know, but can tell you it wouldn't have been Jamaica. I'm positive the way that they play that it wouldn't have been her.
Yeah.
I feel mixed feelings about the veto situation specifically, separate from the vote, because although, you know, I've been a part of some of these decisions, I haven't been a part of others, and in general, I'm against the concept of backdooring people. Now, sometimes we had no choice because the person who was up Jen twice, and when Jamaica used Jen, they came down. So you have to put a replacement. But this is the last week anyone even can be backdoored, because as of next week, all 6 people get to defend themselves. So really, if you put them up or not put them up, doesn't matter. They still have the same chance to win and protect themselves, you know, every single person from now on. So from like I don't know, a moral standpoint, I'm very bothered by the fact that Joe, Mike, Nick, supposed to be me, Dustin, and Jen all went home the same way. And for the most part, although some of them did, but Jen, the week I was up, Nick, I think even Mike, none of these people even got to play in the vetoes the week that they went home, which is shit. You know, everyone should be given the chance to at least defend themselves. And if they lose, they lose. But
Jessica, please
so from that standpoint, I do have a problem with it, because if I'm obviously, if I use it, obviously Jamaica's not going up. So obviously Dick or Danielle are going up. And if Dick or Danielle go up and me, you, and Jamaica are all voting, obviously they're going home. On the one hand, I think, good, fuck them. They've done that to everyone, and that should happen to them, and that's how they should leave. On the other hand, I think to myself, well, I really am against the way that they've done that to so many people, and therefore I have mixed feelings about whether or not I should do it to them as well. I mean, as you know, with the Dustin week, I felt like my time was really running thin. To an extent, I still feel that way, but by having Dick and Danielle here, at least I knew that it wasn't all about me or all about me and Jess or whatever the case may be at this point.
But like, as far as that goes, you and Jess, like I told her earlier, like in my eyes, you guys, like, yeah, you guys are a pair, but you guys aren't like, I'm not threatened by you guys in terms of that, because I want, like I said, I want good people to win. With Dick and Danielle, it's like I told Jess, next week's going to be endurance, HOH. I mean, it's totally due. You know, I'm not like trying to throw them, Danielle or anything, Dick under the bus, and I really don't, please don't go and say anything to them.
No,
you know, like,
please.
They've
tried to throw everyone here under the bus 100 times.
I just feel like
so.
My word is golden, Eric. You know, and when I say I give my word on something, you know, you can trust it. And you know, it's like with them, like they tried to backdoor you. You know what I mean? And leaving both of them here is scary. You know, and it's not like me and Jamaica are going to come after you and Jessica. You know, we have 2 more people to get rid of to get us to be in the final 4, and then at that point we're all on our own, obviously. Right, you know, and we're going to have to hurt. It's going to be putting 2 of us up. You know, but we know that it's going to come, and it's like right now. I wouldn't, being in your shoes, wouldn't you rather have like someone like me around that you know you can trust my word, and I give you my word, and that means whatever it means, you know, as opposed to like Dick and Danielle, who, yeah, it takes a little bit of a target off you, but the only people left that are going to target you and Jess, if they go after pairs, is Dick and Zach, not me and Jamaica, and you have my word on that. Like that's not an option for me. I want you guys in the house, you know, and like with the whole HOH thing, you know, like. It's just like if an endurance thing, Danielle's, you know how good she is. It's scary. Well, and I don't want to see them to try to.
Sure. Well, no, I completely agree with you. I can honestly say, like, I haven't made a decision yet, and I am really torn. And of course, you know that a lot of my decision is going to be based on honoring and respecting what Jessica wants to do as head of household, because one of our main objections the week Danielle went after me was the fact that Dick was running her head of household. This is Jessica's thing. Yeah. And I'm not going to step in. I will never, ever, ever just do it and then say, all right, good luck, pick up the pieces, you know, now you're in a really bad spot. Like, you got to go do something and put a target on your own back. So,